It's always been an obsession of mine, a fascination of mine, the dark side of life, the dark side of humanity, the criminal mind, if you will. And I've collected this stuff, my family's collected this stuff for a large number of years, right from going back to when I was a child. My family were based in the East End of London, which has a interesting past. Obviously you've got the Krays there, you've got various other nefarious characters, some of whom contributed to the exhibition. The police also contributed to the exhibits that we've got here. We've got exhibits from New Scotland Yard, and having all these exhibits around at my parents' house and my house, I sort of thought of the idea of opening up a bookshop with some of the exhibits in the window and for customers to see. But then when I found the caves at White Rock, it suddenly exploded into this idea of opening it up as a visitor attraction and thinking, well, people seem to be interested in this. There's a lot of programs on true crime, CSI, all those kind of things on television. Perhaps people would like to pay to visit something that's a bit more than just a museum. It's a visitor attraction, and that's how the whole True Crime Museum at White Rock, Hastings came about. It's mainly divided into sections according to crime, for instance gangs, gangsters, police, prisons, the Krays. We have a large collection of Kray memorabilia. We've got some artwork by Reggie Kray. We've got letters written by him. We've got a bath which was used by the contract killer John Childs, who was a East End villain back in the mid-70s. It's a gory story, but he lived a couple of doors down from my great uncle Arthur Gray, and they were not friends, but they were on neighbourly sort of acquaintances and so on. Childs was charging about £1,000 back in '76 to kill other East End gangsters. He'd put a bullet in the back of their head and then drag them off to the bath and cut them up and dispose of them by burning them over the grate. So, as I say, a very, very sickly and horrible story. I managed to get hold of the bath, or my great uncle Arthur managed to get hold of the bath, and it was planted up at Poplar Depot in Tower Hamlets as a garden of remembrance. When that closed, my great uncle moved it to his allotment in Walthamstow, and from there it moved to my family's back garden when he died. All the time I was a kid playing around it, not realising the dark history of it. I was about 24 before my father did say what it was and where it had come from. Yeah, we've got some big plans for the coming year. We've also got a lot of interesting events coming up. We've got various crime experts and authors and educators coming down to talk on fascinating subjects, so keep an eye on our Facebook page and Twitter and our website.